Good morning, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? This is Leonard Miles, aka 2 Degrees in the CDL, just coming to you all to bring you some more trucking news. Of course, we all know what's going on down in Mexico. A lot of the truck drivers are going on a nationwide strike. So we're gonna just get right into it. Shout out to Freight Waves, and I'm also gonna be speaking from another news outlet as well, which is KXAN Austin. So we'll be talking about that as well. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Shout out to Borderlands as well. Mexico's truckers plan nationwide strike against cargo theft. Truckers across Mexico plan to go on strike Monday to protest rising cargo theft and violence against freight transporters on the country's roadways. The strike is set to begin around 7 a.m. Monday and has already started and could include thousands of drivers representing up to 15 trucking industry organizations, including members of the United Federal Drivers Association, the Mexican Transport Alliance, and the Mexican American Transport Federation. Organizers said they are seeking more patrols from Mexico's National Guard on roads with a high incidence of theft, tougher penalties against cargo thieves, and more support for the families of truckers hurt or killed by thieves. Unfortunately, we had to come to the necessity of demonstrating. David Munoz, national president of ACFU, said on the Cairo Gomez Leyva in the morning show, this cannot continue like this, and we need answers from the government. In August, a nationwide strike by truck drivers belonging to the Mexican Alliance of Carrier Organizations and other organizations was postponed just days before it was set to begin after federal authorities promised to increase security measures on roadways. One of the agreements reached by AMOTAC and authorities included Mexico's National Guard meeting monthly with trucking officials to create enhanced safety measures to combat cargo theft. The National Guard oversees protection of Mexico's highways. While the National Guard promised to increase security, cargo theft has continued to plague truckers across the country. Recent data from Mexico's National Public Security System said cargo theft cases increased 4% year over year in 2023 to 9,181 incidents, including 7,862 cases that involve violence. Yeah, that's a high number right there. According to Mexico's National Chamber of Cargo Transportation, at least 50 truck drivers have been killed on the country's roads by cargo thieves since 2023. I didn't know that. Like I said, I'm coming up on a year in trucking, so that's why I need to get into, doing more research to, to know these numbers. Officials for Canacar recently penned an open letter to Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador asking him to meet with its members. Canacar represents carriers totaling more than 500,000 truck drivers across the country. Beyond the official figures, the reality is that the number of crimes committed against cargo transportation hurts us daily, and the most worrying thing is the violence that is committed with the crimes. According to the letter, we respectfully request a meeting so that together we can reach a solution that allows us to travel with peace of mind and safety on the roads of Mexico. Along with the strike planned for Monday, other trucking protests have been occurring across Mexico in recent days. On Wednesday, members of AMOTAC and other trucking organizations held demonstrations on the Mexico Querétaro Federal Highway to protest road insecurities. The Mexico Querétaro Highway is one of the country's busiest roadways and is used by commercial transporters traveling between Mexico and the U.S. Yes, cargo theft is up. Cargo theft is definitely on the rise everywhere. I haven't heard much, as far as killing, in the U.S. when it comes to cargo theft, as I have in Mexico. But it's definitely something that needs more attention. To the Mexican National Guard. know, making a promise to, you know, be out there to help those drivers out and be on the roads patrolling a lot more. But, you know, thefts are still continuing to go up. So of course we know that's going to always be a continuous issue until, you know, they're able to sit down and discuss in detail what's really needed. Nobody should be losing their life. Not when you're just trying to provide for your family, just taking stuff from point A to point B. But it does happen, and it's definitely unfortunate. But you could tell that it's definitely a big problem in Mexico that's probably been occurring for a very long time. So we have to just continue to see what's going on. But let me include another link in here as well, and we'll talk about, you know, what's going on presently, because there have been protests occurring already, and this is courtesy of KXAN Austin. Of course, it says truck drivers protest rampant robberies in Mexico. Mexican truckers fed up with highway robberies and violence expressed their concerns by turning a portion of one of Juarez's busiest avenues into a parking lot on Monday. Members of the National Transportation Association parked approximately 50 vehicles on 2 of the 4 traffic lanes of the Pan American Highway, causing bottlenecks in South Juarez. Similar protests were taking place in other cities throughout Mexico on Monday. Miguel Enriquez, a spokesman for the group, called on the Mexican government to stop the violence that has claimed the lives of at least 7 truckers driving loads from manufacturers in central Mexico to the border. Group members said the violence is worse in Zacatecas, San Luis Potosi, and please do not eat me up for my broken Spanish. I'm just trying my best. Puebla, and the roads coming out of Mexico City, where organized criminal groups are targeting them. At least one of the fatalities involved a trucker in southern Chihuahua State. So many robberies, assaults, and shootings have us on the brink. We need a solution, Enriquez said during the protest in Juarez, which lasted at least 2 hours. The robberies, the robberies are rampant to the point the association has told its 500 affiliate independent trucking firms to ban their drivers from hauling loads at night. Man, a lot of stuff happens at nighttime, you know, so I definitely understand. The National Confederation of Chambers of Industry released a report last week documenting 85,000 robberies involving truckers since 2018. In 2023 alone, the robberies resulted in losses to companies in excess of $400 million, the group said. The trucker says one of the representatives was meeting with federal officials in Mexico City at the same time the protest was going on. So, like I said before, we know the protest is going on right now, you know, in Mexico, you know, not just at the border, but all around different cities in Mexico. You know, shout out to all those drivers out of Mexico. Like I said, you know, definitely praying for your safety and definitely praying that you all get a resolution. I would love to hear, you know, from any drivers that are down there, or just anybody, period, man, who has anything to say, you know, as far as what can be done, you know, down there to come up with solutions to prevent the thefts from happening, prevent the killings from happening. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you know, as a truck driver, all you want to do is just provide for your family and be able to return. But what do you do when, you know, you're on the verge of being robbed, and, you know, the Mexican National Guard, let me be specific, said that they were going to be helping you prevent these things, and, you know, the crime is just continuing to trickle up. But I would love to know what you all think. Like I said, I'll drop both of these links in the description. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out.